White Diamond was one of the most menacing forces Steven Universe has ever seen. The supreme ruler of the gem race, mind-controlling powers, the power to heal others from what seems like unrecoverable states. Irrecoverable? I don't know which one works here. So let's take a look and just see how strong White Diamond is. White Diamond is an absolute unit, being the tallest of all the diamonds. However, because she hadn't left Homeworld in eons prior to Era 3 starting, she didn't really go out and do the most. Not even being mentioned out loud by any other character until her on-screen debut episode. The only thing we've really seen of her own physical strength so far was picking up Steven with 2 fingers and holding him in her fist before taking his gem out. But considering how much bigger she is than Steven, that quote-unquote feat is the equivalent of a human picking up a small kitten with one hand. Hell, even Blue Diamond picked up Greg Universe with no problem and seemed to be gripping him with more force than White Diamond did with Steven. And Greg obviously outweighs his son and beats him in the height department. I suppose I could go about using the transitive property here and bring up when Yellow Diamond lifted one of the fingers from Blue Diamond's ship off the ground using only one arm, not struggling at all to do so, continuing to look at her former enemies dead in the eye the entire time. With White Diamond being a stronger gem by default, she would have no problem accomplishing the same task. Perhaps being able to lift 2 to 3 of the fingers from off the ground with the same effort Yellow used when lifting one. But this is just a lifting feat, so it doesn't really say or show what she's fully capable of with her own hands. Plus, White mostly fought using her mind controlling ability, having those under control just fight for her, so she never had much of a reason to do anything with her own body. There's also the scene from Homeworld Bound when Steven controlled White Diamond's body, accidentally making her smash a pillar in half. I feel like this scene alone makes her at least building level for strength. Now for the durability of White Diamond. In real life, diamonds are the softest and hardest mineral in the world, holding a 10 on the Mohs scale of hardness and having a 1500 for absolute hardness. Absolute hardness measuring how resistant a mineral is to scratches and abrasion. To give you an idea of just how durable that is, White Diamond is about 15 times more resilient than the average quartz soldier gem, like an amethyst, jasper, or rose quartz. I should also mention that scene in Steven Universe Future when Steven tried to smash White Diamond's head through a pillar while their minds were connected. Steven's headbutt had enough force behind it to put a crack in the pillar he was in front of. I'm not sure if White Diamond actually made contact with the opposite end of the pillar, but she still fell down after the fact. This also makes a case for her stamina, since she wasn't really fazed by the damage she had taken, but rather scared about why it happened, even rushing after Steven shortly after, pleading to let her help him. Since diamonds don't really vary in hardness in the real world, that would mean all 4 diamonds roughly have the same durability, meaning White Diamond could take a full power blast from Yellow Diamond for an extended period of time without poofing just like Blue did. But since this is a cartoon and all, it's possible White transcends science, since she was considered this perfect being by the gem race before she got her reality check. For speed, there's literally one instance where White Diamond moved at a relatively fast pace, and that was during I Am My Monster. White Diamond is shown running behind Blue, Yellow, and even a sized up Garnet. When I was first brainstorming the feats for this video, I thought about this scene and was like, oh, she's wearing heels, so it's fair she's in the back. But then I remembered, Yellow's wearing heeled boots. Everyone in that shot seemed to be moving around the same pace though, since they kept equal distance from each other throughout the shot. With Lion being included here, we can take the max running speed of a real lion being about 50 miles per hour and assume White is running a little under that speed. I suppose I should also note White Diamond is running on water during this scene, but so are Blue, Yellow, and Lion. It's definitely not a speed thing, but more of a Diamond unique kind of feat, since Lion was revived by a diamond. Now onto the main abilities of White Diamond. First, we have her mind control eye lasers. This was her bread and butter way of getting the upper hand over others before the time skip. One hit from this ray turns one into a puppet for White Diamond to control, giving whoever is affected a white and gray color scheme just like White herself. These puppets can either mimic White Diamond's movements directly or move however White Diamond wants them to move depending on the situation. Like when she makes Pearl clash with Connie while White's main body stayed still. Her mind ray isn't limited to being fired from her eyes either. This beam can be shot from not only her headship, but from anybody under her control. We've seen she's been able to control up to 6 gems without it taking a toll on her energy. There doesn't seem to be a set range to this power either, as in once she has someone under her control, she can send that gem to a distant location to have her do whatever she needs to do. This was only really done with her Pearl though, like when she sat in place for White Diamond at Steven's ball. So White Diamond could make an entire zombie gem army to control if it came down to it. Kind of like what Grandfather did in the Codename Kids Next Door Operation Zero movie. By the way, shameless plug, I actually did a video on how strong Grandfather is, if you feel free to check that out if you want. But the big catch with this power is, like Blue and Yellow's main powers, this mind control only works on gems, making characters like Connie or Greg immune to it. Powers like this make me wonder if other planets weren't able to stand up to the diamonds because of how hard they were to stop, let alone do enough damage to poof them, being immovable objects if you will. Because there's gems like Lapis who can quite literally cause an organic genocide if they took all of the Earth's water. Just one Lapis was enough to take the entire ocean. I bet 2 of them could take both all the salt and fresh water out of there. Definitely can't forget the corruption induction constellation, which when combined with blue and yellow's powers was enough to corrupt every single gem that was still on Earth, with the exception of rose, garnet, amethyst, and pearl. Oh, bismuth too, since her bubble was in lion's mane. But she also has the ability to reverse this corruption permanently if she combines her other powers with the other 3 diamonds. Finally, her most recent ability introduced in Future, which allowed other gems to channel their thoughts into her body. While this power is cool, it doesn't really seem like it'd be useful for combat purposes, which makes sense since it's more so meant to be a therapeutic or fun experience for whichever gem decides to partake in the switch. So how strong is White Diamond really? I'd put her at either country or continent level, I think, because she could straight up brainwash every gem in her court and give them part of her unique powers in the process. You could argue she's planet level because of how gem colonization works, but that process isn't just her using her powers to conquer the planet, you feel me? There's lots of other gem technology being used to weaken the already existing beings and ecosystem on the planet. If her mind control eye lasers were able to work on other life forms besides gems, she'd 100% be planet or moon level. But it doesn't feel right to rank her that high based on what she's actually capable of and what we've seen on screen. Thank you guys so much for watching though. Sorry if you guys were expecting a Millie from Hell of a Boss power scale video, but I felt like it would have been weird if I did 2 Hell of a Boss power scaling videos in a row. Plus I did a community tab poll while already working on the White Diamond video and she won the vote, so. The Millie video will definitely happen in the future though, I promise, I promise. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like down below, it helps out a ton. But for now, I will see you guys next time. Peace out, take care, bye-bye.